What time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, he's back from the dead. Your show. Putting it on the map, yeah. Saskatoon. Right next to New York. New York. Yeah, what show, yeah. Your show. What time is it? Your show. Yeah, time to talk some shit, yeah. Your show.
You've tuned in, yeah.
Yeah, von Maggie. Bark, bark, wolf, wolf, who wants a treat, yeah. Keep listening.
There we are. Hello and welcome in to another edition of your show. I am still your overweight host, Gary. Hello. I realized that yet again as I was at Mom and Dad's condo and I stepped on the scale. Scales have got to be like the meanest, rudest invention in the history of mankind. Just want to get that out there. Screw scales, man. And yeah. Not going to step on that thing again for a while until I maybe starve myself. We'll see how it all goes. This right here, this is your show. Not just a clever name. It's not the shitty Beatles here. This is legit your show. And as far as we know, we are still the only show originating from Saskatoon, going live 4 to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday, just like the old scheduled viewing we grew up with. And boy, oh boy, when we go live, anything can happen. And that's the excitement that you get every time you stop by here at this time on a weekday. It's a lot of fun, and we're always so grateful and thankful to be here, and grateful and thankful to you for being a part of this, as it is your show after all. We also have a camera, and this camera, world-renowned, and we might even get a good shot here. We're going to go to it right now. We got the Phenom. Hold on, before we go, Phenom, say hello. There he is. Look at that. What a handsome hand he is. Let's check in and see what the Maggie cam's looking like. Oh, now she turned her head back. Margaret, I guess I got through the wrong way now. Hey, you're going to look at me. This is a bad there. Good girl. That's the way. Good puppy.
Oh, cutie.
The Maggie Cam for our incredible friends over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer. I stopped by there today, picked up some dog food, said hello to Leroy, who is Maggie's boyfriend. He works the door there. He's the greeting dog, and he's the freaking best. I love Leroy so much. I gave him a big pet, and we had a little cuddle, and he's doing great. And there's just something special about it, being greeted by a dog when you walk into a business. It's so cool. Love that. So with that in mind, we went and did some shopping, and we got, you got your toys, you got your treats, all that stuff. And I got to talk to Rochelle. And Rochelle is, again, every time you walk in and you say hi, it's just your day gets better. She's the kindest, just incredible person you will ever meet. The type of people that we want to be in business with. That's why we talk so highly about Pet Planet on 8th Street, because the people running, Mike and Rochelle, second to none, man. And they care. They really genuinely care. She was asking about the studio and asking about the show and Maggie and just everything. And it's so nice to know that you're supporting people who care. That's what you get over there, as well as the cleaning station. I was telling her, I was talking to Brooksy, we're going to get in hopefully maybe next week, as everyone's really busy right now, but we're getting in for another Adventures with Maggie video as we show off all the stuff they do there. We're going to get her in the cleaning station. Hey, come back here, girl. Come on now. Maybe get a tail. Maybe we'll get a tail. I'm going to move with her. I got this. Look at this. You can't get away from me, pup. One leg. Look at that. There it is.
No.
Oh, and a big stretch, too. Look how strong that leg is.
Yoo-hoo, puppers.
That is so nice. So you got the cleaning station. We're going to be in there second to none. You will absolutely love it. They got all the food. They got the raw food in the fridges in the back if you want to change all that. I guess this is just now not as impressive when it's just us with our legs. I don't know what else to do with it. Here you go. Thank you, Phenom. Where did she go? Margaret.
She's out of here.
Oh, yeah. Now she comes back. That's okay. We're talking everything you need to take care of your pet. They got the medicines, they got the foods, the toys, the treats, everything in between, the clothing, man. They got the clothes going on, all the tools. It's all there, I promise you. Every time you go, it's the best time you'll ever have in a pet store. That's at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer. Whew. Good job, Arch. Way to show off that impressive physique of yours. So, Wednesdays around here.
I thought you were going to say, speaking of impressive physiques, I was going to be really...
Dude, I was going to do it.
You were not.
I was going to totally do it.
That was not your segue.
It wasn't going to be exactly that, but it was going to be talking about the pipes, because we had a lot of fun staring at those pipes last night. Wednesdays, we have the All the Way Around table. Today is one of the editions of the All the Way Around table, where it's just this little table, and there's just two of us. Everyone's busy. No coach number 1, no Simon Hyatt, no coach comma 2, but we do have a man. A man who may have had the best night of his business life. A man who has an incredible physique. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Scorsese!
May have been the best night of my life just in general. Yes, the prodigal son has returned. Gary.
Bro.
Every time I come on the show, I talk about how you hit like 6 points during your intro that I want to jump in on, but I know it's locked on that one shot. But coachless today.
No coaches, no problem.
I wasn't going to leave you hanging, especially after last night.
My guy.
So, of course, I'm going to make it. I'm taking a extra long lunch break right now.
I appreciate
a very late lunch break. I'm going to do some work tonight, but I'm not going to leave you high and dry without a guest.
Do you ever...
Get goosebumps?
Well, that too, yes. But whenever someone says like time or something, like prompts, anything that prompts you to look at a watch, do you ever just do that without the watch?
Yeah, sometimes.
I do it all the time. It's become like a dad joke now. It's like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm going to have enough time.
Gotcha.
You know?
Right.
Those little things, they make life a lot more fun. Dude, Stripped Down Live. Oh, my God.
Like, I don't even know. Equal. We had Equal on the show. Probably the highest profile...
You explained
established act. We've had great acts, but they've always been on the way up. You know what I mean? Like we had Sheepdogs before they did the Rolling Stone cover. We had Andy Schaaf. We had all these up-and-comers. One Bad Son before One Bad Son were famous. Before they had a podcast on the Dufferin Ave Media Network.
Love those guys.
But Equal is probably the biggest name that ever took a step down to do our show. And I'm not, but you know what I mean? I explained it on the show last night that
perfectly.
We have people and artists that want to do the show until they hit that certain line where suddenly representation is but it's more of a representation comes in and then they can't just agents are involved and they can't just be doing shows for gift cards.
Yeah.
They legally have these contracts now where they're they can't. They have
bookers and people.
And I have had more than one artist that has supported the show over the years actually reach out and be like, I'm really sorry, man. It's nothing personal, but I've signed on with representation and I can't do your show unless you pay me now because every time I play, this person gets a cut and they don't want a cut of gift certificates, right? Yeah. And I totally get that. But Equal was at the level of not needing Stripped Down before Stripped Down even went on the air in 2008. So for her to give her time and her talents and put on that show and answer the questions, crazy, it was I don't even know. I've had permanent goosebumps. You think I slept last night when I got home? There's no way. And just the last minute calls. When we do a live studio audience, it's invitation only because we only have room for 22 people. Yeah. But when 9 of those 22 people tell you 2 hours before the show that they suddenly can't make it, that is a big problem. And no shade. Things happen. People get sick. People have other commitments. Everyone has kids. Daycare falls through. But I'm scrambling. I don't want half a studio audience when Equal's here, right? So I put out the call.
Not only that, the first live studio audience was so big and great. To follow that up, I was, in my head, I was like, good luck, bro. And boy, did you ever. Sorry to interrupt. Continue.
No, but the people that dropped everything at the last minute to come out, you didn't have a ride, but you made it there. One guy walked. You walked from Lakeview to be there. It was just, I did not think that was going to be my biggest takeaway from the night, but it was. As amazing as Equal was and as a guest, I was like, man, people really came through for me at the buzzer, and I cannot thank them enough. Shout out to Ryan Flaherty, who's got a brand new show here on the Dufferin Avenue Media Network.
Best
and
intro, so
he dropped everything to come fill one seat last night when I needed it. And I will.
Asked a hell of a question, too.
I will forever have his back now. I will promote the hell out of that show. I will share that until the end of time now and tell people to tune in.
It was funny when I walked in because I got there with 4 minutes to go, and I walked in the door. And then I looked around because I was looking for the Phenom. I'm like, I got to sit beside the Phenom.
Yeah.
I save you a spot. So I'm okay. So I'm looking around. Then all of a sudden, just to give you an idea, it looks so big on camera.
Yeah.
And then once you're in there, it's not as big as you think. So I was about to, everyone was sort of piled in. And as I was looking around, I got the door in the back. One of these ones, everyone's looking at me because last guy in. And oh, we're off to a great start. Here we go. And then sure enough, I see right beside Flats. And I look down. and there's Kyle, and then there's Croker right there. I'm like, oh, look at this A-team. We're
Right?
cooking now. And it was crazy just to be like, walk in, sit down, say hi to the boys, and then we're going. And it was like, it's really hard to explain the experience. I know what you're talking about, because it's so rare when you can have everybody come together and, you know, put on, because the crowd's a huge part of the performance too.
Yeah.
And Equal was realized
now.
She had everyone like, and we're looking at guys that we'll never, you know, we aren't going to get our hands up. We're like, curmudgeon-y. She had all of us with our hands up, all the old guys doing the thing, swaying, and we were like cheering like crazy. Douglas was on the applause sign again. That's my dude. I love him so much. Getting the crowd going, it was an incredible experience.
The intimacy of that room does not translate into television because it looks large the way the cameras are, but it is so small. Like, she is singing to the camera people, and the crowd is 2 feet behind the camera people.
Right,
and like, you can't, there's nowhere to hide. If she's singing to you, you are 10 feet away from Equal
and I was
singing.
I was telling you, the talent that woman has. Like, just, I felt like she was looking at me and singing directly to me the whole show. And I'm sure a lot of other people felt that way. Like, straight up eye contact while she's spitting her rhymes. Like, this is incredible.
You lent me
Love it.
Adam. Like, the crossover between the stuff I was doing before the Dufferin Avenue Media Network launched and now is just incredible. It's just this insane talent pool that's like amalgamated, and it makes me so excited. And like, we got there last night, and like, because we do it out of Rogers TV, out of the studio, we got there, and One Bad Pod is playing on their channel, and it's just like this beautiful marriage of,
I love that.
because you know, we've talked about this a million times. When I first started community television, the spirit there is now here.
That was the goal. That
And
was the
it's
inspiration, the precipice
so of course
right
it
there.
makes sense that you know, the two
They
camps
work together.
would come together. So yeah, you're doing great things, Gary. I say that every single time.
And right
Moving
back
on,
at ya.
you're all down on yourself about your weight off the top,
Oh,
man.
man,
It's
it's bad. It's
you
so
know,
bad.
I struggled with weight my whole life. I have to keep on
Can't
top
tell
of it, man.
now, man.
No, I know, but that's
Put the work
because
in.
I just, yeah, it's just part of the day now. And it's true though. Like, if I'll go on vacation and gain 5 pounds easily.
Yeah.
If
Treat
I'm
yourself.
but just not doing cardio. Like, I've just got the worst genes in the world. I really do. Man, I was so big, my nickname used to be Beverly Hills, because when I got on the scale, it said 90210. It's my favorite fat guy joke, and I can make it because I used to be a fat guy.
Yeah.
I still struggle with it. I still think about it all the time, right?
Well-
Like, if I ever relax, like, I'm terrified if I broke my leg, I would balloon up. I need to sweat it out every single day, or it just piles up. And I don't even eat that bad. Like, I really don't. But he's just, you know, like someone said when I was working with a gym guy, personal trainer, and he's like, pick your parents well when it comes to like fitness and metabolism. Like, pick
Yeah.
your parents well,
That's
because if you inherited bad genes, like
You're in
you're
big
screwed.
trouble.
You're gonna be fighting it the rest of your life.
what. Can I ask you what your biggest weight was?
So I'm like 5'8", and I was 225, 230.
Really?
Yeah. And yeah, there's the hilarious picture of me. I'm gigantic, and I'm sitting beside Ryan Bolt of the Deep Dark Woods of all people, because we kind of grew up together. And it's like, he's not looking good and I'm not looking great, but it's just wild that like my fat picture contains one of the best and most famous frontmen to come out of Saskatoon. He's like, he just tours Europe now. He never
So
comes
big.
back. The
Yeah.
Deep Dark Woods is huge. And
All
yeah, there
over
he is in my
yeah.
fat guy picture. We're having fries at the country corner. Rest in peace.
Get in
True
there,
story.
fries. You know, I only ask because I am a fellow fat guy.
Cardio,
As
man.
I think my peak, I hit 283.
You're a lot taller than me, though, aren't you?
6'1".
6'1", yeah.
So 6'1" and
Yeah.
283.
Yeah.
And I remember looking at the scale and then looking at my pants. And then, you know the shame spiral, and
Yep.
you go down and off
Yep.
you go. And then when I quit drinking, I immediately, like within 3 months, immediately lost like almost 60 pounds.
Yeah.
I had no idea. That's the big secret. Is what I always tell people. It's like, man, if you want to lose weight, all you gotta do is just sacrifice something you love. That's it.
Yeah, I've always been terrified, though, of like, you know, like I have so many family members and extended family members that have like health problems that have been associated
also
with
a good reason
with
to quit
weight.
that stuff. Yeah.
You know, and having a kid really late in life, it's like, hey, I can't. You know,
You gotta be here, man.
I need to.
You gotta be here. Yeah.
I need to be able to keep up.
For sure.
You know, like we still go to the playground, and I'm playing hard on the playground, and there was, you know, if I didn't keep myself in shape, if I wasn't doing cardio every day, I probably wouldn't. I'd be that guy sitting at the bench. Oh, you go play.
Yeah. But hey, I just want to say to you, congratulations, because I know how hard it is to get that weight off, and to keep it off is the bigger one.
You know how I originally lost my 75 pounds?
How?
I put the exercise bike in front of the TV and played Nintendo every day. I'm not joking. I'm not making that up. That's not like a funny thing. I literally did that. I played old side-scrolling Nintendo because you can kind of do it while you're kind of moving. And I just played for like 40, 50 minutes a day. And I just sweat.
Oh, yeah.
You just sweat.
My old route.
Pile on the clothes and sweat.
Old workout routine. And this was when I was still big, but I was trying. This is when I was trying to get better. I would play MLB The Show. And then in between games, I would do a little circuit. So I'd do like 10 curls, like 10 of these, and like push-ups, and then sit-ups or whatever. And then I'd go back, and I'd play another game. And I would go in between my games. I'd do it as well when Overwatch was loading, in between my Overwatch games.
Yeah.
So I would use the video games as the thing. It's like, okay, well, you have nothing else to do now. You're waiting for the game to get to the next part. Go and do a workout. And it actually, for guys like us, I think it works very well because it takes your mind off of all the stuff you're doing.
You just need to do it consistently. And like, it sucks, man. You're so sore when you first start. I remember when I was at my heaviest and I started doing cardio every day, and I was like, oh, you're in hell for a week. But man, the first time you see that like improvement, like there's no stopping you.
Yeah.
There's no more motivation than being like, hey, I suffered for 2 weeks, but like I'm down 5 pounds. And then like you never stop.
Yeah, and that's, for me, that was like the drinking.
It's literally starting.
I don't need to go back to drinking because I see how positive my life changed the second I stopped.
Mm-hmm.
And that's sort of the motivation. Like, I don't even need that. But then, and that brings us to today, as I am up 15 pounds. Normally, my ideal weight's around 215, and I'm around like 233 right now. And I wouldn't care normally, but I got this suit that I ordered online. My brother orders suits online. He's like, yeah, you got to check us out. Indochino, it's called. And I got this custom suit when I was svelte. And then I was sitting around 212. And I'm like, all right, let's get this custom suit. And then we throw the custom suit on. And then I go and do the art auction for the Saskatoon Food Bank and Learning Center. I put the suit on. I could barely button it up.
Yeah.
Like, I made a horrible choice. Why didn't I give myself some breathing room? Why did I think I was going to stay that svelte? What was wrong with me?
Yeah.
So now I got this suit staring at me like this. And I'm like, oh, I hate you, suit. But it's such a nice suit. And it's like,
see, that's a goal. With all the content and the shows and the sponsors you're bringing on, I mean, where's the gym that wants to like show how it's done? Who wants to come on board and work with Gary every day?
I will say, Next Level Training, my man Kelly Rio.
Yeah,
I've been working out with him a couple of times now. He's really busy.
Well, Kelly Rio,
he's a hell of a dude. I love him.
We need to turn this into a thing.
I call him my sensei.
Well, we
he's
need
like
to turn
my
this into a thing.
Spiritual guru. A lot of his stuff is like that's where I got the balls from, my stretching balls.
Yeah.
And like he works on all the different sort of stuff instead of just like the bulk up, you know. So and it's like a mental training. So to Rio, I love you, buddy.
Trainers out there, you want clients? Show the transform Gary.
Yeah.
Transform him, and the line will appear outside of your gym. I'm not being facetious.
I know.
I mean,
I'm legit
here's a motivated guy.
I never thought we would be having this conversation.
Here's a motivated guy, and with a show that runs every day where you can actually track progress in real time. I mean, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
People watch worse on this channel, let me tell you. Right? I would watch you get ripped.
Before we get into
day.
OK Bloomer, my God, I love that show. I want to go back a little bit more to last night because a huge thank you to you giving us a shout out here at the network and speaking highly of us and letting us talk on the air there. Platts did a great job of promoting good sports, which I thought was awesome. And it goes both ways. That's what I mean. You're always praising this place, but I praise you so much because you were the guy, not just the inspiration for all this, but you were the guy who brought in the Flahertys, who brought in the Simon Hayeks, the Sal Arcott. Like you're bringing the old school community TV back to life. You're resuscitating. Jackie Kripke was in here, man.
That's so wild. It's wild when we sit here and it's Simon and I again.
Yeah.
Because Simon went from someone that I was like, I want to do what he does. I'm watching him on TV. To a coworker, to now being the guy that brought him, like, not out of retirement, but kind of out of retirement, you know?
Yeah,
because unless he's calling sports, he doesn't really have a outlet, or he didn't.
Yeah.
To be Simon Hyatt, which is an amazing treat.
He's awesome,
to listen to that guy.
He's such an amazing human.
And I had a nickname for that one week. Remember? When you're like, we're gonna talk very specific about baseball players, and I was like, well, I know a guy that can like give me my list. And I was his avatar, and I was Avatar Anderson for 1 week, and then he just showed up.
Coach One still calls you too.
Then he just showed up, he came, and then that.
Are you the only? I guess Simon doesn't have a nickname either.
Oh, he doesn't.
So you are the two.
Simon not having. I don't think. Yeah, you're right. Okay, weird.
We have to work on that.
Yeah.
Very interesting. This is the all the way around table edition of your show, otherwise known as the Wednesday edition, minus Coach 1, Coach 2, and the aforementioned Simon Hyatt. I've always wanted to use the term aforementioned.
No, see, his nickname is the new Mr. Baseball after we lost Bob, what's his face? The guy from Mr. Belvedere.
Bob Uecker?
Yes. The guy that Andre the Giant choked at WrestleMania. Is that and he's selling it. Like Bob Uecker doesn't need to do that.
He's so sweet. That dude. Man, like Major League, I still quote that movie, the like, just a bit outside. You know, anytime I see anyone throw something bad, this is my first go-to. The best in the biz. Should we do a live read right now?
Go for it.
We're gonna get into some more stuff here, and I don't want to make sure that we're on it. Phenom did say that he lowered the air horn. So I'm gonna hit it right now, Phenom. You watch your ears. We're gonna see how it goes. Better? Nice. Okay, so the air horn's working. We also have. You ever play the game Shining Force?
I have not.
Phenom, you ever play Shining Force? All right, so it's like a RPG.
Okay.
And you go around and you have a team called the Shining Force. It's very self-explanatory, and you got to beat all these devils, and it's really fun. There's a bunch of different iterations of it. We're going to be doing it over on the Twitch stream here, hopefully the next month or so, as there's a whole bunch of the games. But anytime a member in the game joins their party, they have a theme that plays. And it's like dun, 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 dun. It's like and it's got all these things, and it's very cool. And Matt from All the Bands, who joins us every Tuesday for the All That Angst podcast, he likes to metal up a lot of these video game sounds and video game themes and intros and stuff. And he got one for Shining Force. And I don't know if there's anyone out here who actually knows Shining Force. I do know my cousin Sheldon, who I just found out is apparently moving back to Saskatoon. Hello to Sheldon and Liz.
Welcome back, Sheldon.
Best in the biz. That dude. He's the guy that got me in RPG. Shining Force was the RPG that got me in. Like back in the day, I go over to Avalon Video or Video Nights over right over here, and I rented Dragon Warrior once, thinking, oh, this is gonna be a fun game. I'm gonna go, f up some dragons. It's gonna be sweet.
Your life.
No, because I couldn't figure out how to play an RPG. All it was the screen and talking. Like, this is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. I'm done. And ever since, I was like, okay, I have to avoid those kind of games. I can't figure it out. Then we're in Waskasiu over at Cedar Village, and Uncle Jimmy and Aunt Betty Ann, they own the place, so we go there every summer for a couple weeks. And Sheldon and my other cousin Craig are always there. And he had a Game Gear. And on that Game Gear, he had Shining Force. And I started playing Shining Force, and I couldn't put it down for the next 2. I was like a kid nowadays with a phone. Like, if you took that Game Gear away from me, I would lose it. I was so invested. Anyways, with all that build up, here is the end. We're not going to be able to hear it because we don't have our earpieces in. But this is what Matt from All the Bands put together for the Shining Force Joining the Party theme. Check this out. Okay. Now I want to start doing it when I introduce people. It's like,
we should all have our own theme
Anderson
song.
has joined the party. Yeah.
Okay.
So we actually put a word out for walk-up music, and I think we should get back into that.
Good idea.
It's so fun, and we had the Paperboy walk-up theme for a long time because of our Paperboy theme set.
I do remember that.
And it sort of fell out. We go out. And that's the thing, man. Do you ever find that with Stripped Down too? You get into these zones of things that really work, and then all of a sudden they just disappear.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're like, why did we stop doing that?
Yeah.
We used to. Funny you mention that.
Lay it on me.
We used to do these like 80s Strip Down. We'll be back after these messages bumpers, and we made them like, and it was really funny because we get like the
like
kids
Saturday morning cartoon.
Yeah, the kids to do it. Then we just have like a hilarious still. And we put that going in and out of every commercial break. We did that for like the first 3 seasons, then it was just like dead.
Gone. And no one knows why. It just disappears.
And there was a guy that would always act silly during commercial breaks. Like he would just dance or something. And so we had this one little like 10-second. We'd go back to the studio, the wide shot live, just in between commercials. We'd do 2 commercials, then we'd just come back with a beat, wide shot, and it would just say, strip down, we'll be back right after this.
It's got dance on camera.
Your strip down will be right back. And then we would just show what's happening during the commercial break as we're like moving stuff, and there was always the one guy
I remember
that was
that.
just like
I remember
dancing.
that. Yeah, because you go a couple commercials, show what's getting. It's kind of like Saturday Night Live.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, there's no new ideas. Every single thing you see on Strip Down, I stole from somewhere. But he was just this lunatic, and I was like, we got to put the camera on him, like, you know.
He's going, man. You got to let the man dance.
I could make a montage of the lunatic dancing during commercial breaks for season 3 and 4, and then again, stop doing it.
So sad. I'm gonna go back to last night. And this is what happens when you do a live show, ladies and gentlemen. This is how they go. You jump around because it's live or real people having a conversation. When I was asked when I asked a question to Equal last night, she had mentioned, the state of hip hop and how they'd watch Rap City on Much Music, and then when they saw Rap City on BET, it's like, oh, this is next level stuff, and you got all these, like all the hip hop acts we grew up just absolutely loving, and it got me thinking about the state of hip hop today. And you talking about there's no original ideas. My whole point that I threw out there was all of the new hip hop sounds horrible to me because we grew up in this golden age of, and like she mentioned, like Souls of Mischief and all these like all these bands that we all just loved. And nowadays, everything has been done. You can't be original anymore unless you do something so outrageous and different that people that are used to this will never understand it.
Like mumble rap.
That's it, man. And it has its place, which she was very good in responding. Like, oh, of course, she listens to all of it, and everything has its place. And for me, that was my big takeaway was, is it that the talent isn't there? Because I think the talent's always there. It's just the creativity and the pathway you have to creating something new is so hard because everything has been done.
Yeah, but I think with just you have so much access to everything, you have to be different, and you have to hope that when somebody finally goes, okay, it's time to switch the genres, it's time to evolve to whatever's next, they choose you. I mean, you look at Nirvana, biggest example of that. Were they the best grunge band in the world? Some might argue. I don't know. But they were just the band that when finally was like, let's turn the page.
Do it this way.
It's these guys.
Yeah.
And that always happens, Yeah. And when I was trying to get my book published, Twilight was the biggest thing. And honest to God, I had a publisher that was like, you know what? You should put some like characters as vampires because vampires are super in right now and like get back to us. And I was like, the hell are you talking about?
Vampires?
So they wanted me to like rewrite my book with vampires, and then they didn't promise to publish it, but they're like, that's what we're looking for right now.
We'll have a lot better stuff.
We're trying to piggyback off what's popular, and I was like, what a business. You wonder why the publishing industry is dying.
Ooh.
Like, take some risks, you guys, right? Why are you always the last to the party?
We did a whole show on risk taking yesterday.
Yeah. What was the consensus?
Very important. Very important to do. And the precipice for that one, the jump off point was Mike Menza was moving from Winnipeg to Saskatoon to be the guitarist for Untimely Demise.
Yeah.
Which is super cool. But he's leaving his whole life in Winnipeg, coming here. And then that got us talking about, this place and the big risk that was this place. But it was never really a risk because in my head, I always knew exactly what it would be because I had all these visions. I literally had these universal callings showing me all of this stuff in here. It's so weird to say out loud. That's exactly what happened. And so while people were literally telling me, dude, you're losing it. You're going insane. Like, stop talking like a crazy person. You can't just build a content creation studio in your garage along with a Twitch stream and a recording booth all in one little place. That's just insane. No one can do that. And I was like, but I could see it. So trying to explain the vision to everyone, it was impossible because no one else could see what I was seeing.
But that comes from people who have had the same job for 30 years. They're miserable. They wake up, they go to work, they come home.
I was that
they
guy.
Put their feet up and they watch TV until bedtime. Repeat. Yeah. And then they go online and they hate
everything.
They hate people who take risks and succeed. And you're never going to, that's got to be as old as time.
Haters.
It's people that are, they're just jealous. They're They don't have that gear. They would rather be complacent than risk failing. Where God, I love to fail.
Man.
Fail. Some of my failures have been more exciting than
Fail
my
up.
successes.
That's what they say. Yeah.
Right?
Fail up.
Like you get kicked in the dirt and you're like, all right, well, that didn't work. I thought that was a good idea. Clearly was, and the universe told me that's not it.
And make no mistake, there's been a lot of failures in this place too. There have been, but the overall
how you learn, that's
impact
how you
having.
grow.
That's it. There's no mistakes if you learn from it. That's what my dad always says.
mean,
and it's ingrained in my brain.
And that's the thing that people are so afraid they're gonna get judged. I'm like, guys, people are judging you no matter what. So you might as well do what you want. Because they're going to judge you. You're going to get judged constantly. So, like, do what you want, right?
Everything inside me wants to go to the OK Bloomer, but I'm going to tell us real quick. We're going to do this live read. We're going to get this done.
Go for it.
As this is the all the way around table, the Wednesday edition of your show. We got a live read from our friend Mobley, as we're going to ask you the question, why work with Mobley this spring? I'm so happy you asked, because we got a lot of reasons. If you're looking to buy a home, okay, he's got your back. Mobley Urente with TMG, the mortgage group, works with multiple lenders to find the best financing options. All right? And we're talking even if you're self-employed, have non-traditional income, or face credit challenges. Credit cards, man, they're the worst.
Yeah.
So hard on the credit, man. Whew. Luckily, we got Mobley. His services are completely free, and he's here for you from pre-approval to closing and beyond. Whether you need refinancing, a mortgage renewal, or just expert advice down the road, he will always, always be here to help. Mobley Urente, mortgages made simple. Give him a call or text him 306-370-5804. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a live read. We can do that for you too. It's real easy. And as you can tell, it doesn't just show off your business or advertise your business. We're talking about the people behind the business, what you have to offer, how you do it. All of those things, they all come together in a nice little package. That's what we do here. Lifting others up. That's what this whole place is built on. Doing good things. Golden rules. Put others before yourself, right? Karma being very real. We say these things all the time, but we actually believe them and we live them. If that's something you'd be into, you can send us an email. You know the song at all? Have you ever tried to sing along to the song?
I haven't been here for a month, Gary. I come here just enough to forget the song.
Okay, I'm going to serenade you. Is that okay?
Please do.
Okay, here we go. Just send an email to, and then I count it in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Contact@dufferinav.com. That is the email. This is the theme song. Catchy. Jingly.
Yeah. I love it.
I like to get in the jingle biz.
I love Untimely Demise.
Oh, the best. And then we're going to send this out on 3. You want to send it with? I guess we got a big reach here. There you go. Just give it a pat. Yes, good mail. Good mail.
Which way is it? Okay.
Going to our left. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Pretty good.
Whoa,
Pretty good. I like that. We got a website.
Backwards.
Website as well. Set up by Royal Anders, my sweet, beautiful prince. Dufferinav.com. Perfectly sized street sign right there. We just give this one a little wave.
Whoa.
Not bad.
I was going to say, man, you have built a network of networking. That's literally what you've done.
That's almost all it is, hey, is just showing off all of my boys, all my friends, all my buddies.
And I love it. I used sorry, you doing a thing
Well,
here?
I'm just showing off Twitch because you have a son who's a current world record holder.
It's
along
true.
With yours truly. We have 2 world record holders right now for speed runs in the world. Like, this isn't just like a Saskatoon local thing. No, worldwide. Speedrun.com, right, bro? That's where we're at. You can check out Dufferin Ave Media over there. We got the All-Star Softball Dusty Diamonds record as well. The Phenom has the Animal Well record. Currently, he's in a battle, though. He's going back and forth with the dude. We've been calling this the Hansel of Twitch streams because it's so hot right now. Twitch.tv/Dufferin Ave Media. Check it out. We had Gaming with Brooksy on Monday, and then we had Brando and Gary get good at games yesterday playing Super Ninja Boy. You ever play Super Ninja Boy?
Yes.
Actually, hey,
yes.
what the heck?
Back in the day.
I didn't even know it existed. I had no idea.
That's a deep cut.
It's a 2-player co-op RPG. I've never seen that in my life. And we're at a part now where it's insanely hard, but that's on Tuesdays. Then Friday nights, Phenoms in the house for Brando and Gary get good at games with guests, as we are currently in the thralls. Is that the right word? The thralls?
Yeah, absolutely.
In the thralls of Final Fantasy VI. I've only ever played Final Fantasy 1, and I just started playing it last year. So I had no experience with Final Fantasy coming in. I knew all of like the crazy stuff that people talk about from this game, including suplexing a train. I got to suplex a train the other day. It's incredible.
don't even know what that means, but that sounds amazing.
It's exactly what you think it is.
Okay.
You take a train and you suplex. It's
Whoa.
a ghost train. It's crazy.
Gotcha. Okay.
So we're in the middle of that, and apparently this Friday, 7 o'clock, we're back at it. Phenom, we do all the voicing in it,
yeah.
and the voices are just hell. If you ever heard of Uncle Brando do any voicing, like his girl voice is so classic cliche, like, oh no, not you, like the funniest voices. Then Phenom comes in with his voices. We have so much fun. As it's not just a gaming experience, but we're literally performing while gaming, and it's the coolest thing. So that's at 7 o'clock this Friday, as we'll be back at Final Fantasy VI.
I flash back to us reading, what was it, Field of Dreams that day?
Oh no, I hit the wrong.
Whoa,
hold on.
Some NWO.
You like that?
They're taking over.
New world. Oh, there it is again. Where's it going? Stop doing that. I just want to send this up. It's on a glitch now.
Paid for
there.
by the following. Buy the shirt.
Are you doing that? Was Phenom doing that?
You not messing with us today?
I don't know.
Look at this.
It's just going over and over
man.
again. And now we're gone forever.
Phenom,
hello. Okay.
Someone's getting a little too comfortable.
Can my air horn work? The air horn still working? All right, we're back in business. I think I might have just hit it way too many times.
Also, want to really quickly before we move on from Strip Down, shout out CFCR and CBC.
Oh, I love CFCR.
They welcomed us.
Woo.
They welcomed me on.
You were doing the tour.
I was doing the tour. They welcomed me on. Where am I looking? This one?
That's the one.
Okay. They welcomed me with open arms this week. I was on CFCR. Caitlin and I were on CFCR promoting the Equal Show. And then yesterday morning, I was up bright and early, and I made my debut on CBC Radio. And Stephanie was so nice. And
I hear Stephanie's an angel.
Such a fan of Strip Down Live, and gave me the platform to get the word out even more. And it's just been I never thought season 14, like 15 years later, Strip Down, 269 episodes. Strip Down would be reaching this new level of just like everything happening at once and everything clicking, and this show is growing. Like I did not expect that.
Feel good,
and it's energizing.
What show are we on today? We got to be right around there. We might. You're
gonna lap me, and that's fine.
Oh, episode 282.
What's your secret?
Get out of bed and walk to the garage.
Amazing.
That's something.
Words to live by.
It took every ounce.
Gary.
Campfire Stories. See?
Thanks. Kyle from Campfire Stories. Kyle, thank you for being there last night. Congratulations on the Yorkton Film Festival Award. Jeez, just see,
Victory.
Again, networking. Just honestly.
It's a beautiful thing.
You've done such an amazing thing here, Gary.
No, you have. This is...
We got to stop going circle. Hey, Kyle, thank you for coming last night.
Call it compliment tennis.
Yes.
We're like Agassi and Sampras out here.
Yep.
I took every ounce of my soul not to talk to Caitlin as she was talking to me. I knew I had to get a question done, but it took every
I know what's
ounce
coming.
To say, are you ready for Gary's Scaries?
She is ready for Gary's Scaries. What started out as a joke, you want to talk about ratings juggernaut, just you wait.
Did I tell you about the ratings system I want to use?
Gary's Scaries coming soon. That's literally, now that Stripped Down 269 Equal episode is out of the way, I'm putting out the word this weekend. I'm gonna collect some stories.
And it just so works out that like Friday night at 11 p.m. is right when we finish up on the stream, so it would be the perfect time.
It's the perfect time.
Yeah. So it would
She's
really
the
be a
perfect
full
person.
carryover. She's amazing.
Again, just went down the hall of work, and I was like, Caitlin, you want to be the social media correspondent for Strip Down Live? And she's like, I've never done anything like that before, but let's go.
Let's do it.
She shows up and she tries, and she's amazing.
She's so good.
And then she's here, and we're talking about ghost stories, which is like her bread and butter. She loves that stuff, and I'm like, Gary hates that stuff
so much.
This sounds like something, And now I'm in a position where I'm like, you two go make,
create.
I just love that things spiral past me.
It's magical. I try to explain it to people when they ask about this place, and it's impossible to put into words. I think you probably have a similar feeling. You can't explain to people the feelings that you get when someone new walks. Like every time, right now, someone could just walk in and be like, "Oh, who's that?" It could be our buddy from Australia who does a show with us without us knowing.
That time Earl Pereira showed up, and we're like, "Hey, what's up,
come
buddy?"
in for an interview later. Yeah, like the bands that come through here
come in like Kramer on Seinfeld. I used to have a boss back when I worked at the community station. This is years ago.
Yeah.
And he would always get mad and be like, "You can't just throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks." And I'm like, That's life, my friend. That is exactly what you do. That is the whole
every day.
point. That is how things happen. That is how you make things happen. That's how you grow. That's how you expand. That's how you take risks. You see what works and what doesn't. You don't stay in one lane. How do you have this job if you are afraid to throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks and what doesn't? Oh my God.
I think you just described
Like-
every boss in the media biz right now.
It's
They're
mind-boggling.
so set in their ways because they have consultants telling them exactly how things need to be done.
As
And if you
numbers
stray-
decrease and viewers leave,
you-
it's like, well,
hey,
let's keep doing what we're doing.
Hey, if we're not here to talk about this or that, but if you stray this way or that way, you are instantly slapped. How dare you? Do not do this. You got to do exactly what I tell you, or you'll end up taking a walk. And sometimes you do what they tell you, and sometimes you end up taking the walk. But the good part about that walk is all of the weight is lifted, and you're walking with your head held high because you know you went out doing it your way. That
And
was
if
the
you have
one saving
instincts,
grace.
you're usually right in like a matter of months when you do something and everything else burns down, and you're like,
That's it.
you know,
I
I hate saying I told you so, but like anybody could see this coming a mile away who's worked in this industry more than 2 months. So
rehab facility right here for all of our friends in media. If you
Absolutely.
find yourself wanting to get back into it in some way, becoming a creative, doing good things, chasing dreams, I say, let us know, man. Reach out. I swear there's a place here for you, and we're not asking for anything in return. It's the only time in your life where the deal is actually too good to be true. That's what I tell people.
trust your instincts, man.
That's
See
it.
what sticks.
I do
take
want
risks.
to circle back
Fail.
to Gary's Scaries.
Gary's
I
Scaries.
thought of a really good rating system
Okay.
where at the end of the episode we use the Maggie cam, and then we just do a shot of my crotch, and we see how much I pissed myself.
That's
It'd be like the pee
great.
cam.
Yes.
How much did Gary pee himself tonight?
Yeah.
And of course, we wouldn't use real pee because I wouldn't
Well,
really pee on myself.
we don't
like
know.
That, but I
That would
imagine I'm
be-
going to
yeah.
be really freaking scared.
Okay.
So
She is. I'm very excited that this has opened up for her. You know what I mean?
well, that's the thing.
Like
for
she did
everyone.
me a favor
Yeah.
coming on to the just chaos that is the social media correspondent at Strip Down Live, especially this season, where it has been nothing but let's throw stuff at the wall and see what happens. Like
she's gung-ho.
for a girl who had never done this before, it's like, okay, this week we have a live studio audience. You're gonna have a handheld mic. You're going in and you are going to be conducting these interviews on this live show. And she's like, what now? And I'm like, you'll be fine.
It's all
And
good.
she is fine. And that, you know,
Crushed it.
but
Absolutely
if
crushed.
that was the way to connect her to you for this thing that is all her own, oh my God, that is that is a huge
Just-
pat on my back that I put people in the same room that, you know, because now she can, you know, have that on
That
her
little
resume
thing.
and do something she's super passionate about.
And the passion, you said it right there. Like these news shows, like Good Sports. Flats is coming in tonight, 6 o'clock. We're recording. The new episode drops tomorrow, and then Not Your Average Book Club. You'll see the banner down there.
Okay.
As Not That Kind of Book Club. Sorry, it's Not Your Avid. And I told Les this is with Lessonry. Les has a business already called Not Your Average Book Club, and then they named their show Not That Kind of Book Club. And I said, you know, Les, I'm going to screw this up 1,000,000 times. Not That Kind of Book Club. You'll see the banner, but that's a new show that we have. It's literally a book club show. And the passion in these people, like Lessonry, they're sending me ideas all the time, and they're just doing stuff. Like it's supposed to be a monthly show. It might move to a weekly show within like the next 2 weeks, just because they have so many ideas. Flats, you know how motivated that dude is. He's so connected, and he's so good on the mic, and he's doing these interviews, and he's putting a spotlight on local sports, a spotlight that isn't there anymore. Like you get the big sports, but you don't talk about the lower. Dare I say lower? Can you say
No,
lower?
the local
different,
sports,
the different
the
sports,
community.
the Huskies
Yeah.
stuff. You know what I mean? The cross stuff in town. He's got it all covered, and it's so cool to have
And
a
he's
voice
brought
for those
it
places.
here.
Yeah, the passion that comes in.
This just in.
Mazer
Go for
made it. Let's do it. See, Curdy, you said
It's fine. You
don't
can
need the headset,
talk to him.
and then look at us go.
Okay. Well, we only got 10 minutes, man. We'll go.
Okay, this actually might be pretty
Go.
funny. We'll pop him in.
Pop
We'll
him in
pop
and then
on.
just pop him in and just
Anything
dismiss
can
him.
happen.
I won't be
here
able
on
to
the
hear
show.
him, but I don't usually listen to him anyway. So
What's
up, buddy?
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to us live from, I believe, what can only be a baseball diamond. What? Simon.
Simon! Oh, well, now I want to hear.
Run out and find
now
one.
Curtis
Okay.
is going to be
How
so
you doing,
upset
buddy?
he's missing out on this.
Oh,
I'm doing great, guys. How are you
I
doing?
don't got him.
No dice? Can you hear me? Do I need to unmic?
There we go. I got him. No, I got you. We just had you low. How you doing, buddy?
I am doing great, buddy. Hey, look where I am. I'm at the baseball field. How could life be any better than this? I'm at beautiful Cairns Field. Barry's home opener coming up on Saturday. Come on.
I am so happy because we talked last week and you let me know you probably wouldn't be able to go live because you're doing all the prep stuff and all the meeting, getting ready for that home opener. But you slipped away, you little rascal. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, it's one of those deals where everyone's feeling pretty good. I mean, it's like now I understand. Is this breaking news? Is Curtis Anderson maybe also going to be
He is. No, he's here. He's just getting his earpiece in right now. He's running around. He's running wild.
No, but I think he's coming here and joining the Barry's family as well. I think he might be part of the scene here as well this summer. So it's we're slowly taking over.
Yeah.
Nice.
This is wild.
Yeah, we're taking over.
Oh, I can hear you. What's up? What did I miss?
Dufferin Avenue taking over the Barry's games this year.
Dude, we got a lot to be proud of, don't we, fellas? This is incredible.
We had that moment at the Rattlers game last week, Simon. It was Ireland and Phenom and myself and Ryan, and I was like, this is amazing. I can't wait to work with you, Barry's, bro.
Yeah, I'm super excited for the season. Last year was so much fun. I'm here for the full season this year. We were doing rehearsals today, getting everything figured out. One of the things we're getting figured out is this new mobile camera that's being introduced, which I think is where we're going to see our good buddy CA shine like the diamond he is.
Thank you.
On the baseball diamond.
He's going. You know, we were talking about how I think you two guys are the last two without solid nicknames, and then the new Mr. Baseball came up. Can we start calling you the new Mr. Baseball?
Is that what you're calling me?
Yeah.
Or is that Curtis?
No.
I loved it.
This ain't your grandpa's Mr. Baseball.
Was that Tom Selleck?
Hey,
was he Mr. Baseball?
It was Tom Selleck, Mr. Baseball.
See?
Bernie Mac was Mr. 3000, a different baseball movie.
Who was the Mr. Belvedere guy? Wasn't he Mr. Baseball?
Bob Uecker was Mr. Baseball. Solid call, Curtis.
Right?
Good work.
We've done this. The minute he passed away, I was like, Simon Hyatt needs to take that mantle. I don't know how you claim it.
Okay, the new
I love it.
It's dubbed.
I don't know if I love the
Baseball.
association with the Milwaukee Brewers, but I'll take it.
Mr. Baseball 2.
Yeah, that's perfect.
All right.
Okay, Mr. Baseball 2.
Can I still be Avatar Anderson
Are we
from
gonna-
that 1 week?
Avatar Anderson.
I love it.
Are we going to stick with that?
Absolutely.
I feel like we can, yeah. And I know Coach number 1 loves it.
Have you been watching, Simon? I've been singing your praises. It's been a
No,
crazy...
I was
Just
sorry.
Just Gary
busy
and I.
rehearsing.
Nice.
What were you saying about me? Could be the 5-second recap.
Just
How much we
talking
love
about
you and how amazing you are.
how I went from like watching you on Channel 10 to being your coworker to bringing you back here now, and just the amazing serendipity of like our
It's
20-year
fantastic.
friendship.
Yeah, it's been incredible.
You brought me into Shaw, and I got you in here, and it's always a pleasure working with you, man.
Yeah,
And
absolutely back at you.
Thanks for answering my frantic text last night, even though you couldn't make it. A lot of people just left me
I'm
on
sorry,
red.
buddy.
Yeah, no, dude, it was 2 shows ago. I forgot to get the word out properly to the crew, so we were missing some crew members, but there wasn't a live audience.
Oh no.
So for this one, I booked the audience early, and they were like, "Yeah, we're good." And then I didn't really follow up with them, but I hammered the crew, and they're like, "Yeah, we're all gonna be there." And then an hour before the show, of the like 22 seat capacity, 9 people called in and we're like, "Yeah, we can't make it tonight." And I'm like, "I'm not doing this show with half an audience for freaking equal."
Yeah.
So I was like texting anyone and everyone, and we got people. But thanks for getting back to me and being like, I'd be there if I could, but
Yeah, absolutely.
appreciate it, man.
Hey.
Yeah, no worries.
So how's the field? It looks amazing from here. Good shape, ready to
Field
rock.
is looking great. Looking really solid.
Beautiful.
Grounds crew has done a fantastic job. I'm
Nice.
sort of doing a pan without looking at what I'm doing, so I hope this looks okay.
Great.
It's beautiful.
But yeah, field looks in good shape. Really nice, beautiful, warm day in Saskatoon. Just you can probably see the flags there in the distance on the scoreboard, just
Yeah.
barely stirring. And I think I haven't looked at the forecast in a couple days, but for this Saturday, 4 p.m., when the Saskatoon Berries kick off their 2025 season against the Regina Red Sox, it's going to be a beaut.
Gonna be warm.
Cairns Field.
What am I doing? I don't even know. No one's told me. They just told me to be there at 2.
Yeah, I think you're doing the handheld camera.
Am I running beside the players as they go from base to base?
Oh,
Is
that'd
that
be awesome.
that would be awesome. I don't think that's what's happening.
Thanks.
It's mainly the action in the stands and with the crowd.
Yep.
We'll do fun things like the fruit salad race. There'll be like the thing where they spin around on the bat and get all dizzy.
Love that one.
Yep.
And I'm kind of trying to simulate
It
that.
looks amazing. It looks like you're in a rap video. That was amazing.
That's where I'm heading to next for my rap
okay.
video. So yeah, there'll be all sorts of things like that. So you'll be going all over here's the coolest thing. I've totally buried the lead. Since this is my first full year as the Berries public address announcer, they've introduced a new segment this year where I get to play Simon Says with the entire crowd.
Nice.
Yeah. They introduced it just for me, so I'm pretty pumped about that. I found out about that today. Yeah.
Dude.
Mr. Baseball, making it happen. This is
Yeah.
great.
Amazing.
Can you give us a quick little state of the Berries address? Let us know how the team's looking, what's coming up. Do you have any of that knowledge yet? You got any idea?
I mean, it's so hard to say early in the season. The good news is it's a lot of guys that were here last year have come back this year. And this was a really good team last year. They were a lot of fun to watch. They were really fundamentally sound, which is one of the things I really appreciated. You just never know in this type of league what you're going to see. But like so few errors and playing smart baseball and playing the game the way it should be played. Not to sound too much like either of the coaches on our show, but I think there's good things in store. Just by having that nucleus of guys coming back. And I think that also says something that guys wanted to come back. They wanted to be here for year 2 with the Berries.
I love it. I
heard nothing but good things about it last season. I only worked one game before the camera position was temporarily removed, but it was so much fun.
Right.
And it was just like a who's who of Saskatoon. Like all these amazing people were in the crowd. Like, when you're just getting
such
crowd
a great
shots
time.
And you're like, it's Teresa Sekirka just cheering on baseball. Did not expect to see that, but amazing.
That's my
stuff
bro.
Like that.
Yeah.
Love that lady. Real quick.
Always a good time here at the Berry Patch.
Baseball as a whole, to the majors we go. Any thoughts this week? Got anything going on? Anything that's brewing in that beautiful brain of yours?
Oh gosh, sorry, I haven't really been in major league mode all day. Cubs continuing to roll. That's the main thing. That's all any of us are really concerned about, I believe. Blue Jays, I think, have been looking pretty decent. I think.
The bats are a little tired lately, but
little on the cold side.
Yeah, Bowden Francis finally did something. That was good.
Hey, that's good to hear.
Yeah, they still lost.
I feel like he's a favorite of our show.
He is. He's our underdog. Yeah. He's the scrappy little underdog that we're always cheering for.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there you go. Anything else before? Yeah, good sports. Shout out to Good Sports. Episode. Tomorrow it's going to be great. We're recording that right away. Anything else before we let you go there, my handsome prince?
Just one more reminder. Coming up, season kicks off. Season 2 for the Saskatoon Berries, Saturday afternoon, 4 p.m. here at Cairns Field. Come on out and cheer on your Berries. If you can't be here, you can also tune in. This is where I should have details about where you can tune in, but I don't. But our good buddy Les Lazaruk, who's also a friend of the show, he'll be on the call once again this season, rocking the 1s and 2s on the mic for the Saskatoon Berries. So you can either listen to him in your house or you can come here and listen to me.
Team Ramrod flies again.
Team Ramrod forever.
Simon Hyatt, thank you so much for taking some time. I know you're really busy over there. And
thank you, my
everyone
brothers.
Ready. Big game, season opener, 4 p.m. this Saturday. Go Berries, go. That's beat the hell out of those Red Sox, eh?
I'll put you on camera. Simon will talk about you.
Amazing. This is it, guys.
Excellent.
Love you so much, brother. Thank you again. You take care. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, fellas. Take care.
Oh,
bye.
Best. And the transition.
Oh!
We are rolling today.
Everything.
Man, it's all happening.
Is this the best episode you've ever done, Gary? I mean,
Did we just go back to back with best episodes of our shows?
What a time to be alive.
This is it, hey?
Right?
This is what heaven feels
Oh
like.
my goodness.
You
What
know?
a fun day.
The only thing missing, I guess, is like a girlfriend or something like that. Then I'd be peak. I guess I got Maggie. I'm good.
It's all you need.
This is it, man. This is the life. There it is. See, they're not that kind of book club right there. Those ladies, they are so passionate.
Not that kind of. What do? Do they want to read my book? Do they want to?
This is funny. You should mention this because as they're in here, we were doing our sort of like preamble before we decided to do a
record
show.
scratch. What is this? Yeah.
I mentioned to them, I was like, yeah, we sort of have some authors around. We got John Fast here. We got our man C.J. Anderson right there. We got Coach Number One over there with his book. Like, man, we got books that you can review. We do.
Yep.
And we also have an audio book recording booth where we can be doing it. So the idea of bringing a book club show in here, very easy because we're already, in the book biz, if you will.
Not everyone's book title elicits such a negative reaction as mine does, and that's
But
at the same time, it's hilarious
it stands
that
out.
90% of the people who read and love this book are women. I really
there.
thought that was going to be who I was up against, hating my my masterpiece, but it turns out it came out right at the birth of like women watching true crime documentaries and true crime series, and that's in the same vein as my book, so they love it.
They were just talking on the book club show
Nice.
About true crime books.
There it is.
And
Well, it's
how
not
much
true,
people-
but
well, you know what
could
I mean,
be.
like crime books, I guess you say. What? Because like the
it's
audio books,
written
everyone
so
loves those.
believably. It
There you
could
go.
be true.
You gonna read it? That's in the title. Wanna read it out
Gina
loud?
French is not a waste of roofies, which was a working title to get noticed. I thought that would get my foot in
Stand
the
out.
door,
Yeah.
and it did. But the Swedish publishing company were like, "We love it." It's like, okay, you guys sure? They didn't really expect that to be the final title, and they were like, "Ah."
The Swedish chef is running your
Yeah,
book?
they had like those arms, like someone else was controlling. Yeah, take that, Sweden.
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yes,
With they're stuck in the house and
love my publisher, by the way. Good people.
of course.
Yeah.
Ronald McDonald.
Yes.
Is coming back in and he's like, "Don't worry, guys, I'm gonna save the day. I'm gonna be a Swedish plumber." And they're like, "What? You can't just walk in here and say you're a Swedish plumber. You can't even do an accent." He goes, "I am a Swedish plumber." Like, that's a pretty good accent.
Yeah, that was good.
I always think
Nailed
of
it.
that episode when that happens. Phenom, why don't we go ahead and wake Frankie up here and make our way out for the day as we
That's
gotta
it.
go to the next section of the day.
You gotta get my boy Ryan in here. I'm full of so much love and appreciation today, Gary.
Yeah.
Sorry if
Feel
I
it.
didn't come on here as hot and funny today as I usually am, but
Bro.
I'm in a good place.
You said it yourself. This might be one of the best episodes we've ever done.
I'm in a good place, Gary.
There's so many things that
We didn't
still
even
could have
talk
talked
about Bloomer, man.
This is what I
Record
mean.
numbers.
This is what I told you.
Record numbers coming in for another taping this weekend.
I
Okay,
told
Bloomer,
you,
it's
bro.
taking over.
I knew stuff was just getting in the way of getting that OK Bloom right. How many times? Probably 3 times if you look back that I was like, okay, before we get to OK Bloomer.
It's gonna be the hottest show until Gary Scaries, and I would happily bow down. And I don't even believe you. I mean, I think I haven't looked. I don't look at that stuff, so it's probably got like 2 views, and you guys are just messing with me.
All I'm
That's
telling
fine.
you, and you know, I'm the least important person to listen to when it comes to views and all that stuff, because I don't give a crap about any of that stuff. Because
Yep.
in my head, it's like if you start doing stuff for those views, then you're not doing your vision. You're not doing justice to what you're trying to accomplish. When I do post stuff every day, those numbers pop up, and I did see big numbers for OK Bloomer every Saturday, I believe.
Every Saturday at noon, a new one drops.
And it's
Thanks
so
to the
good.
guy in there making it happen.
One of the best producers, and not only that, he's been crushing it on the Twitch too. By the way,
Amazing.
Him and Uncle Brando, they took over Twitch stream, and they're making things happen over
Thanks,
there.
Derek Watson, for getting him in here.
Waddy!
Wasn't even me.
I love you, Waddy.
Derek Watson got
I
my
love
child
Waddy.
in here. For
My
me,
guy.
when I post stuff, Gary, it's like, it's not mine anymore. You know what I mean? As
for
soon as
sure.
I hit post, I walk away, and I swear
Let that birdie
don't.
fly.
I don't go back to it because I'm on to the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing. Time only marches forward. As soon as I hit post, it's the past. Whatever happens, happens. It's not mine anymore. Do with it as you will.
I'm stripped down.
Love it, build it up, take it out back, and execute it. I don't care. It's not mine anymore.
Last night had Equal on. An amazing show. Stripped
Gone.
down. So good.
On to the next
Got the
one.
earpiece out. Thank you so much for stopping by, brother. Really appreciate it. Simon Hyatt checking in from Cairns Field. That was awesome.
just
We got
made my day.
Phenom, give us one more wave here. I know you waved before. Let's see one more time. There he is. See, he's still going. What a guy.
What a gift, right? I thought it was going to be Coach 2, and it was Simon.
Amazing.
I love you, Coach, too. Always ragging
The
on
best.
you, but
He's my guy.
It's a given.
Tomorrow, CTV's Matt Young stopping by. Very excited. As well, some more surprises that we're going to have for you. Until then, remember, karma's very, very, very real. Do good things and they'll start happening to you, all right? Have a great rest of your Wednesday.
I got to go back.